talk about thugs a little bit, Donovan. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Thugs would like to assault people that they don't know, bigger people, and then expect to be protected. Thugs that have a problem controlling and managing their own violence expect other people to white knight and cape for them. Because we had some instances of thugs this week, but not the type that you would think. What if I told you that of Joe Mixon and Amelia Molitor, one of them had an extensive rap sheet?
Oh,
so
do tell.
Read that rap sheet. Would you be interested to know about that rap sheet and what it constituted?
You know what? It's funny. It just so happens I'm in the mood to hear rap sheets today. What do you have?
Well, let's get started, okay? Because the principal in one of these cases has a rap sheet, and I'm going to read it to you. According to Oklahoma court records, the person has been arrested several times. I'm changing the gender to the person because I'll reveal it later.
Okay.
Broke probation has a current bench warrant out for their arrest. Again,
What?
broke probation and has a bench warrant out for their arrest at the time of one of the incidents.
Thug life.
This person was arrested in April 2013 for possession of and possible intent to sell drugs and possession of controlled drug class 3 and possession of false ID. But wait, there's more. This person pled no contest, and the sentence was 1 year deferred with a substance abuse evaluation and community service. This person was issued that by Judge Tupper. Then in December 2013, this person was arrested again on one count of possession of a controlled drug, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, one count of transporting an open container of alcohol, one count of a minor in possession of intoxicating beverages. Those charges were still pending. And the sentence was 1 year deferred with a substance abuse evaluation and community service. This person was issued that by Judge Tupper. Then in December 2013, this person was arrested again on one count of possession of a controlled drug, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, one count of transporting an open container of alcohol, one count of a minor in possession of intoxicating beverages. Those charges were still pending. Her judge assigned was a Judge Bachman, and he noted on the file January 20th, 2014, don't issue bench warrant.
Okay.
The person who posted this find that interesting. I find that interesting.
The plot thickens.
Fast forward to you think somebody with that kind of rap sheet, they would issue a bench warrant, right?
Right.
So fast forward to July 1st, 2014, and we talk a lot about players being allowed on campus, or because some of them having rap sheets, right? Sam Unkwatch with Baylor, for example, and he had a run-in with the police, but he didn't have a battery charge, or there was some sort of battery charge, but he was allowed to transfer. He had mental health issues, but when he committed a sexual assault, they blamed the coach for that. Okay, but we're talking about what's been a lot of the news is allowing certain people that make women unsafe on campus.
Okay.
So fast forward to July 1st, 2014, and remember that this incident happened on July 25th, 2014. An application to accelerate the case for failure to pay agreed monthly fees and restitution and for failure to complete the substance abuse evaluation was submitted to the court July 10th, 2014. An order was approved for acceleration hearing and a warrant for this person's arrest.
So this person,
this person seems like to be getting a lot of passes, don't you think?
Listen, absolutely, and it seems that this person. It doesn't surprise me that this person was involved in this altercation. To be honest with you, sounds like this person has a long rap sheet and a substance abuse problem.
Right, and a substance abuse problem, and doesn't like to obey court orders. Okay, so July 24th, 2014, Judge Tupper issued a bench warrant for this person's arrest. That warrant is still outstanding at the time.
Wow.
Now, who is this person? Okay, is it Joe Mixon, who was involved in altercation? Was it Johnson, that we'll talk about later, was it Jameis Winston? No. It was a young lady by the name of Amelia Molitor.
And who is Miss Molitor? Who is that? Like, where does she fit into the story?
Well, she just happens to be this violent harridan who felt she had the privilege to put her hands on verbally assault and physically assault Joe Mixon. And the videotape was released just in the past couple days. The media had seen it a couple years ago, and he was suspended for an entire year and performed probation. Now, this woman had an extensive rap sheet and somehow felt she had the privilege to put her hands on a man much bigger and stronger than her, who wasn't intimidating her, wasn't menacing her, put her hand around his neck, put her hand on the side of his head, and she had a warrant out for her arrest for multiple charges. Okay?
And ended up...
Call her, when the man defends himself, what do we call her? We call her a victim.
Right. That's exactly right. And yeah, he literally broke her face. He broke, I think he broke her face in like 4 different places or orbital bone. You know what? She fucking deserved it. If you want to act like a man, you get treated like one. You or I, if we were to push Joe Mixon and he were to hit us in the face, guess what? You or I would fucking deserve it. And you and I at that point would come to fisticuffs. But when weaker human beings, i.e. women, push around and feel that they have the right or feel that they have the backing to push and assault a Division I college athlete, it should come as no surprise that he knocked her ass out. But everyone is reacting like, oh my god, like how could he do that? And I was telling you earlier, I had a conversation with one of the chicks that I'm fucking with. One of the chicks I'm fucking yesterday, and I was like, I was looking at my computer. I was like, oh man, they've got this tape of Joe Mixon and this and that and the other. And so I explained to her what happened, and she is like, yeah, she shouldn't have pushed him and this and that and the other. But then she says, well, shouldn't he have controlled his reaction? I said, well, what do you mean? She says, well, I mean, if she pushes him, like, shouldn't he push her back? Like, fair is fair. I said, no. Fair is not fair. I said, when you put your hands on someone, you're not supposed to respond in kind. Like the fight or flight mechanism in our brains doesn't say, well, he pushed me, so I will push him back. No. When you are physically assaulted as a human being, you do what it takes to neutralize the threat. You don't get to decide as the initial aggressor, no, fair, I pushed you and you hit me. Well, bitch, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? So I had to shout her down, and she listen, she shut the fuck up. I don't know if I don't know, look, whether she agrees with me or not, I don't give a shit. But that's the kind of, and here's the thing, this is a red pill woman, okay? This is a woman who is traditional. And even still, she said, well, he shouldn't have hit her, but, like, isn't it bad that he hit her instead of pushed her like she did him? No. There is no difference. She assaulted him, and he assaulted her. That's it.
Right. And in fact, what you need to tell her is that she did get away with it. She got away easy. And I'm going to tell you how she got away easy. And I don't care about how severe. And I don't use words like deserve, although I think it applies here. But those are loaded phrases. What I prefer to say is something like this, okay? Whether you believe she deserved it or not, the calculus that should always go through your head when you engage or start an altercation is what is a possible or likely anticipated outcome. Like, what do you think is going to come out of this? Okay? If I put my hands on another man, okay, he could run, I could whoop his ass, he could stop right there, he could be broken up, he could get knocked on my butt, and he could walk away, or he could knock me on my butt and choke me out. He could be an MMA fighter.
Right.
He could stomp me out. Okay? There's a variety of anticipated outcomes. We've seen fights on the street, and I've gotten into fights on the street, and if I get the upper hand, I'm going to get you on the ground, and I'm going to start rat packing you. I'm going to start throwing elbows. I'm going to start feeding you knees.
Right.
To your stomach. I'm going to make sure you don't, that you don't get up. Okay?
Right.
I don't want you to die, but I'm going to make sure I neutralize the threat. Joe Mixon hit her once and walked away. Okay? But the theme I hear over and over again, and this is where the overtones are, is there's a lot of talk about this, about his size and his body. I'm tired of my fucking body as a man, as a black man, being fetishized, okay? As if, because I have a certain body, you have a right to just put your hands on me, okay? And where are all these, what we call social justice warriors, whether we call them activists, because some of them are sincere, okay?
Sure.
This is 2016, okay? You do not see a problem with a white woman feeling she has the privilege to just smack a black man upside his head. She grabbed him around the neck. I don't care how innocent you think it is, okay? The same people that are saying over and over again, teach men not to rape, okay, are saying, well, it's his response at the problem. No. How about teach women to keep their fucking hands to themselves, okay? I keep my hands to myself, okay? If a woman yells at me and screams at me, I'm going to laugh it off, okay? If she gets in my face and yells at me,
fine, whatever. Right, because I know she can't do shit.
I'm going to move her away just a little bit. Give me 50 feet, but I'm going to laugh it off. But if she puts her hands on me, I might walk away, but, but I might push her to the ground, depending on the situation, okay? But I haven't had to deal with that situation much. But I tell you what, when I was a kid, the first three bullies, the first person to punch me in the face was a little girl.
Oh, shit.
Okay? And I grew up in South Central LA, the home of the body bag, okay?
Right.
And she punched me in the face. One of the first bullies I had to deal with was a little girl. Okay? So, I've seen this happen, and, but, I'm digressing on this, but, on Twitter we have white knights caping for women's right to hit people. But I'm going to tell you right now, all right, you as a woman have a right to feel safe in certain circumstances. You do not have a right to feel safe once you throw a punch or a kick at somebody. Okay?
That's right.
All right. In the immediate juxtaposition or the immediate aftermath of an aggressive physical assault or altercation that you began, where you stand is no longer a safe space. You forfeit your privilege as a woman to get in a man's face once you start putting your hands on yourself. You've now entered the world of men. Okay, so how about we teach these women how to keep their hands to themselves? But the bigger problem is, I have an idea, but I'll let you riff on that a little bit, but I have an idea as to why these women are the way they are, in this generation especially.
Yeah, I agree. And, the saying goes, you act like a man, you get treated like one. I think I said it a little bit earlier. Yeah, this women putting their hands on men is a microcosm is one of the many microcosms of feminism. I get to be treated like a girl even when I act like a man. So when I go and hit a man, you can't hit me, I'm a girl. It doesn't work that way. And we can sit here and teach and we can quote teach and educate and no, you're not supposed to put hands on a woman, but guess what? When a woman put hands on the wrong man, she gets her fucking face broken, as she should.
And there has to be some sort of moral hazard, because how else are you going to learn? You're not prosecuted, and I mean, let's bring up another case. We'll transition to another case, but we're talking about how Joe Mixon may lose his his ability, or he may lose draft status.
Yeah, he probably.
Right?
Listen, he probably. Yeah,
yeah,
he probably will, but somebody will pick him up.
But in a world where a person like Hope Solo gets to keep her job, where a year after assaulting her girlfriend or her wife, Brittany Griner is the face of a WNBA ad campaign. Ronda Rousey admits to beating up her boyfriend, and karmic justice, she gets her ass whooped a few weeks later by Holly Holm, and she's coming back next week. In that world, don't tell me that Joe Mixon doesn't deserve a shot. We had a drunken jailbird named Amelia Molitor, a scum of a human being who had no prospects in life, who had no respect for authority, no respect for the law, and no respect for a man in a black man's space. Okay? And her actions, she's earned the victim card. But you know what? She is not a victim. Josh Brown's wife was a victim.
Right.
Okay? Cassandra Perkins, who got shot by Javon Belcher, she was a victim.
Right.
All right? The women who were raped by Tevin Elliott were victims. Amelia Molitor is not a victim. She is a cunt. She is a scumbag, and she ruined a young man's life and cost him millions and millions of dollars in a year of his career.